finish priming all of the parts that make up the Guncannon Cucuruz Dolan Island version type, and I'm about to start preparing the paints that I'm going to be using. Before I do, I wanted to share some things I've done here. So I rearranged my room a bit, and what you're looking at is my spray booth now facing the opposite side of my room. There's light going through the back end of that. It is daytime, of course, and I kind of like testing out my spray booth again, and I've always been having some issues where it doesn't seem to water flow not going through properly or needs to be cleaned and all that stuff. But I kind of figured something out that may help me out a bit further. And right now, hold on, I'm in the middle of cleaning up this airbrush. There we go. So the spray booth, sorry, the waterfall is in an angle. I tilted it, I would say 10 degrees, maybe more than that, because the water flow doesn't seem to be flowing back into the pump where it's flowing back inwards. This is something going on where the water, when it flows down, it splashes inward to the spacing here, filling that up, and then I lose water. It's annoying as hell. But I kind of figured something out that may work. So right now I'm about to turn on the fan. I keep it on a low hum right there. I'm gonna turn on the pump. Now, because it's angled that way, not only is the water flowing backwards to the reservoir, to the pump, easy for it to collect, but also any water that splashes down forward won't go in there anymore. Plus I have this little cup here, this plastic cup, where I can collect a little bit of the water and throw it back into the reservoir. This beats me actually removing the whole contraction and dumping out the water that fell in there. Now I have a little siphoning tube here where I can go in and start pumping the water back in here. I've done as much as I could here, but considering what I kind of discovered right now with this technique, this will keep the pump flowing the right amount of water on it. So at least it's pumping fine. I just have to keep it in this angle for the time being. I should remove this because the water, there's bits of droplets that comes out and fall in, but I'll put it back in later on. But at least this is okay. I don't want to give up on my waterfall just yet. I just need to get behind the crystal glass and clean up that glass on the other side. The filters are okay. To me, I think it's still okay. No big deal. Okay, let me prepare the paint because I've already. This is all the red and part of the gray. I have other parts here as well in this section. So let me rearrange the whole thing so we can start spray painting. Alright, so I'm going to begin painting the gray parts using the Deactivate Grey. I'm going to be doing two-tone gray here, but for now the inner frame parts will be this gray part here for now. It's almost the same color tone as the primer, but this will unify it a bit further. That's fine. Get that gun taken care of. light source here. Make it easy for me to see. Now, besides this, I'm going to do two-tone gray using this and the metallic gray. But first, I'm going to spray paint this. Then I'm going to mask it off. And then paint the next color over it. This should be kind and somewhat dandy. I didn't remove the yellow on this one because it will be a pain to remove it, so I'll just paint over it with the gray, then mask it off. Or I can attempt to remove it again, if possible, and then mask it off. Or, sorry, paint the yellow. There's only like 3 yellow parts in this kit. Yeah, this deactivated gray is not bad. I don't know if the angle of my camera is good. Let me just check from this end. I'm also using a stand that I use to hold up the one of those circle light things that I had, but unfortunately it broke. So if I had it here, let's zoom in a bit further. Yeah, that's fine. This reminds me of the times when I used to stay standing up and painting my kits when I used to live in the first house. Now that's good. And there's some good detail there to mask off and paint in the next color. Here we go. This is the rockets, or the rocket launchers. That's good. I'll do one more. This one right here. This is the shoulder part, which I had glue on and sand down, making sure that I can get all the get that seam line right in the middle. That seam line is gone. However, I'm going to give it a second pass it around because I am seeing like a little notch there. Not like an impression, but more like something. I'll give it a second coat later on, no big deal. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me finish up what I got, and then we'll move on to the next color. Alright, while I'm waiting for the grays to dry, I am going to do pre-shading. And this can be very tough to do because everything's at so small parts. Let's see how far I can go with this. Using my already thinned black primer. And a little patience. I will pre-shade the areas. good. Hopefully you guys can see it right. Okay. Don't want to lose. I don't want to like go ballistic on the black because I want it to be nice and done. Ooh, see that? I gotta be very careful here. I got that. Alright. I think that looks good. Grab this part here. Don't know how the back will show because it's going to be covered up by the backpack. Let's do this leg part here. Okay. Ah! I was gonna mess up. My fingers are starting to hurt. Ooh. Come on, go. I think that's pretty much it. Alright. I'll do one more, something a little bit easier. Actually, this one needs to be... Yeah, I think that's okay. Also, my pressure is very low on the compressor now, so I gotta refill it up again. Alright, that's good. Let me continue with the pre-shading, and then we'll move on to painting the color over it. Okay, so the next color, now that I've finished pre-shading all the red parts, will be the Char Red. Now, it is a darker tone, but I wanted to do it darker because I wanted it to be, you know, obviously Guncannon is a slightly higher pixelated red tone, you know, more candy color, but I want it weathered, and I want to see how it would look with this. So let me see if I can zoom in a bit further. I've already prepared the airbrush, so let's begin. So I do a very light pass from a distance. The back end I don't mind. So that's actually one layer. I'm going to leave that alone. I don't want to oversaturate it. Let's do this one now. Didn't do nothing in the back because I was just going to be covered up by the backpack. Just take your time. Don't rush it. Alright, that came out nice. Very nice. Get the next part here. That's good. Do something a little smaller. That's right here. Okay. I'm pleased with what I'm seeing right here. I'm going to continue with the rest, of course. But this is just layer number 1. Layer number 2 will be in about maybe half an hour, because I'm going to let this settle in, and then I will do the next layer over it. So that way, I'll try to get it uniformed right, get the balance of the paint right. So let me continue with this, because this is going to take some time. And then I'll move on to the next color soon. Give me some time with this, okay?